Oh, nobody appreciated my horrible pun.
All right.
There we go.
Jack, it's fucking in the 50s here today, dude. It's like
Oh, super
polar
fucking
fucking
cold over
vortex.
there, huh?
Yeah, we're probably all gonna die. Ugh. All right, throw my jacket on.
Oh yeah. So we covered the whole Project Veritas thing, right?
Um, I don't think we talked about it on last week.
Because
No, that's happened since last Thursday, right?
because
I don't
there's
think
like a
we did.
lawsuit that there's the people who are donating are like they have a lawsuit against the company now for firing James
Mm,
O'Keefe. They're like, no, you're a fraud then.
yeah,
Like they're like, we
yeah,
donated so James O'Keefe could keep bringing us the fucking news, and you guys threw him
yeah,
out because you just want money.
yeah. If we had known that he wasn't going to be there,
We
we
would
would
not
have
have
never
donated.
donated the money.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what they're fucking thinking, dude.
yeah.
Other than something
It's.
like that was their purpose, was to fuck up Project
I'm
Veritas by going in.
guessing. I'm guessing they got paid way more money than they're ever gonna lose from the
Yeah,
pharmaceutical companies because that was the thing that kicked this all off. Is they went
yeah,
and found
yeah,
out that the pharmaceutical companies are intentionally doing gain of research to make
yeah.
viruses
Gain of
that they
function.
can
Yeah,
make more vaccines for and force that on people.
yeah. Well, no, that guy was only doing that to try to impress a guy
Which is
with his
absolute
fucking
bullshit. I'm sorry. Like we
yeah,
all know it's
with
bullshit.
his
Like it's
psychopathy.
not. Yeah.
Because dudes are turned on by fucking psychopaths. Well, that might be kind of accurate, actually, now that I say it out loud.
Dude, there's probably people that would still fuck Amber Heard. Like there's probably
Yeah,
lots of dudes who
yeah,
are like, I mean, it's a little shit in the bed once in a while, man. Look how hot she is. You know, like there's
yeah.
those dudes. Oh God.
Mm, that is true.
Oh man. Did you watch
Yeah.
the catalytic converter theft video? We don't,
No.
unfortunately we don't get to see the actual theft, but the person was living, it was like a van life thing, except they were in an
Oh, okay.
RV of some kind. And
Right.
the idiots went under and started cutting the fucking catalytic converter off. So this guy had
Wow.
already been on edge because he'd seen too many people around that looked kind of dodgy. Was sleeping in
Mm,
his RV, hears that loud ass noise, gets up, gets in the driver's seat, and drives away, killing the catalytic converter thief.
wow.
So that
That's what I
motherfucker's
call
done.
instant karma.
Oh man, and there's really like no situation in which that guy can be charged with anything because like there's just no way he could have possibly expected that to be
Yeah.
the reason there was all this loud noise that woke him up out of a dead sleep.
He's like, yeah, I panicked. Fucking, I thought somebody was attacking me or Bigfoot or something. I had to get the fuck out
Apparently
of
he
there.
figured it out a little while down the road and went back to try to call like medics too. So I guess it's like
Mm, yeah, he
no
tried
question
to.
at all. He's not going to have any sort of legal issues.
Yeah, that's good. So the guy suffered for a while and then ended up dying.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's
One can only hope there was some writhing and pain before he ended up dead, because, what a piece of shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's definitely not unjust
Yeah, well, the
what happened
police
to
need
that
to
guy.
start fucking doing something about the people that are buying the catalytic converters. Like, you can't stop the catalytic converter theft. But if you create a situation where they can't make any fucking money from stealing it,
Yeah, yeah.
they'll
If you
stop
got
doing it
anybody going rolling
themselves.
around with a catalytic converter that they have no receipt for or whatever,
Yeah.
fuck you. You're under arrest. That's stolen property.
Well, and any company that's caught buying catalytic converters that aren't registered,
Are
gets
there
to go out
actual
of
companies that
business.
buy them? Okay, I was assuming they were just yeah.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
selling them to
Okay.
like junkyards and recycling
Oh,
companies.
gotcha. Gotcha.
So any
Okay.
junkyard or recycling company that can't provide, information on all its catalytic converters loses every single one. So if you got one in the pile that you don't have paperwork for, you got none in the pile.
Yeah,
That
that
way
sounds
there's
fair, dude.
absolutely no money in theft.
Is that a part that actually has like a separate serial number on them? Probably not, right? It probably should now, I guess, but
Oh, I don't know, but it'd be a lot easier for the police to start finding the companies that buy them than to try to actually stop each individual theft. Because
yeah,
you can't
yeah,
guard every single car. That's just silly.
yeah. Yeah, if you
But
just make it a
there's
huge
six
hindrance to the
junkyards
people
in
that are
your county,
buying
you
them,
know?
yeah.
There's six junkyards or six recycling centers or whatever. Like, you know where those are. That's really easy to monitor. And when you see people going in there that look real fucking dodgy and everybody's bringing in catalytic converters, you know, you
When
go
did
in
those
and you
become a hot fucking ticket?
part of the metal in a catalytic converter is palladium, which is apparently extremely valuable right now because it's something to do with batteries or cell phones or
Oh,
cell
gotcha.
phone towers,
Okay.
something that's really, really in high demand at the moment. So,
All right. So it's like how
or
copper
is it
was for a
platinum? It
while.
could just be platinum, and I'm thinking palladium is from a
Yeah.
video game.
Mhm. Yeah, platinum definitely exists. I'm quite certain of that.
Uh,
I don't know if it's used in batteries though. So whatever. There's something in there. There's some kind of metal in a catalytic converter that's very valuable.
let's see. Oh no, palladium is used as catalytic converters. And how much is the palladium in a catalytic converter worth? About $70.
Mm,
So each
all
one they
right.
steal has got
Yeah.
about $70 worth of palladium in it.
So they probably give like 30 or something. They probably pay out like 30 of
And
them.
then the
I don't know.
platinum in there is usually worth about $100 to $200. So I don't know.
Oh, there
You
is
might
platinum
make,
too? Okay. I
yeah. And there's
gotcha.
also rhodium. So I would imagine it depends on
Rhodium.
what you're selling it for. I don't know what they're getting out of it, but it's
Yeah, it's
palladium
worth
is the
the
one I
effort.
think is the most big one right
Yeah.
now. Yep, and it's yeah. I don't know. The question I run into is like, what do you do about it? Because like, you know,
Yeah, it's gonna be tough trying to get all the hoods from doing it. But if you hassle the people that are buying them, and you make it
oh, I
not
think you should
profitable for them,
encourage people to shoot the thieves. That's the thing. Like, perchance you see somebody stealing a catalytic converter. If you feel like shooting them, it's totally cool with us.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
That
they
would
probably have a
be.
weapon on them, so a
I mean,
knife or
whether they
whatever they're
have a
using.
weapon on it or fight back or not, you just go over and shoot them. It's
Yeah,
fine. Like we would encourage you to save us the trouble of having
yeah,
a trial.
yeah.
Now that'd be fucking funny. Put like a $20 a head bounty on fucking catalytic converter thieves. You see people walk like
Yeah,
5 miles away from every car. Like they don't
right.
nobody goes anywhere near a car.
All right, what side is that converter on? Because I'm going to make sure I'm on the other side of the car. I'm
Yeah.
going to get mistaken for a thief. Get fucking blasted. I think they pay in scalps.
Yeah. You just bring in the fucking scalp. Then we're like, oh, another scalped corpse in the street. Just a catalytic converter thief. Throw him in the cart with the others.
Scalps. It's so fucking weird, dude. That used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, kill as many Indians as you can. Bring in scalps. We'll pay you for each scalp.
I wonder how many people survived being scalped.
Yeah, yeah. Probably not a lot. But it
Yeah, I
surely
wouldn't
happened.
imagine it was many, but I mean, there's got to be at least one or two out of the whole era of scalping, you know?
There was that one guy that was like a Japanese POW that they tried to behead and he somehow survived it.
Oh, that's got to be fucking freaky.
Yeah. Oh no, he became a big star over there, dude. They fucking loved him after that.
No,
I mean, they
no,
did
but
try to
I
cut
don't
his head
think.
off.
I don't think that would be a great thing to have to live through. You know,
Yeah,
that
no,
might be.
it's a rough comeback, I would imagine,
Yeah, like
from
yeah, you
being
get
nearly
fame,
decapitated.
sure, but that's a pretty fucking dark price. Like,
Yeah.
you're just gonna have your head partially cut off. Yeah, no worries, man. And then everybody's gonna want to see you on stage, showing your giant fucking scar.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess they treated him well after they tried to cut his head off, but yeah, getting to that point is probably not worth the gigantic wound.
You know, and then the certain, you're definitely gonna die for like however long that is told to you. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
do they go out in the morning
yeah.
and they're like, hey, we're gonna kill you tonight, just so you know, enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, it'll be like
Yeah,
the Dread Pirate Roberts from the Princess Bride. Good night,
yeah.
Wesley. Sleep well. At worst, I can kill you in the morning.
Yeah, I'll most likely kill you in the morning every time. I like the idea of the Dread Pirate Roberts just being like a position that gets passed on from like person to person.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it looks pretty
yeah, I
interesting.
made enough money. It's somebody else's chance to get rich, and the rest of the pirates are just like, oh, okay. Well, guess we don't get to retire. Fuck us, like,
Right. Well, they might get promoted to the next Dread Pirate Roberts. They do well enough.
oh, there you go. Maybe they get to be the next Dread Pirate Roberts. That's a fair point.
Yeah, 'cause if I remember correctly, basically what they do is they go into a town. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm retiring, so yeah, we'll go in. We'll get a new crew. I'll be your first mate, and you'll be the Dread Pirate Roberts now."
Oh,
So they would
okay.
give him like a little internship kind of thing, I guess. Like I'll stick around for like one mission or whatever, and then after that I'm retiring because I got super rich being the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh, here's a question though. What if one of the earlier crews fucking blew through their money too fast? Do they go
Mm,
out and become the Dread Pirate Roberts again? So now there's
they asked
two
for their
Dread Pirate
position back.
Roberts running around?
Mm, yeah, I don't think they fleshed it out that much. Welcome, Samaj, by the way.
Hello. Hello.
What's going on, Canadian man?
I'm putting a few extra pounds on gaming and yelling.
Oh, okay. I
Mm.
picture you now in like a silver jumpsuit with like the big Canadian maple leaf across the front of it.
Wow.
Canadian man.
Canadian man.
Hucking flaming bowls of poutine at your enemies.
Oh God. I put it in the general. See what I've been working on.
Oh, I have to lean forward far enough to reach my mouse again?
Damn right you
Damn.
are.
It looks like a mashup of gaming and Lizzo.
Oh, no.
Well, oh, he's always talking about how much weight he's lost, doing the whole keto thing. He's always talking about.
Is he going to start doing juice videos?
Oh, he might. I don't know. And I'm like, "Ugh, fuck you. You're fat. You're a fatty. You fuck. Don't tell me how skinny you are. You fat.
Can he cluck like a chicken? Like that Russian
Maybe.
like dancing or clucking lady that does like a music video where she clucks?
I have no
Although
idea what
that
you're
is
talking about, but I'm sure it's
Yeah,
quite
I don't
funny.
either. Just ignore him, dude. Just ignore him. All right, fucking. Sorry, that's fucked up. But yeah, I guess any of us could. We don't appear on camera. We should all start, dude. Let's all start doing that to fuck with them. We'll all start talking about how much weight we're losing. Since we never appear on camera, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I did.
It'll get old pretty quick, but
Yeah. Fair enough. But yeah, no, I just
it'll
did
be
a fat
funny for a few
gaming.
days.
I thought it was funny. Yeah.
I dropped the video in there. You don't have to watch the whole video to get what I'm talking about. It's like fairly quickly, and she starts doing this weird little bark thing while she's singing. It's really fucking weird.
Were you expecting us to get that reference?
I'm surprised. I've seen it on memes all over the internet for a long time now. I genuinely am surprised because it's a well memed video.
Since 2018, yeah. Somehow I've missed whatever that is.
Yeah. They take little
I'll
clips
take
of
your
her
word
like
for it, though.
balking and balking her head like a chicken for some reason. I mean, hell, fucking. I know I've seen it in It's a Gundam's videos once in a while.
Huh.
What? I don't watch his videos that much. I watch them often enough.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't remember
Gundam's
that.
I listen to more often than I watch.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's not surprising considering how long his videos can be sometimes.
Yeah, and there's not a whole
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
definitely background shit.
visual necessity for having a discussion about something that's all basically, like an article or something.
Yeah.
He does good work. Don't get me wrong, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
he
no,
doesn't
absolutely
generally
love
do the
Gundam
short
shit.
form. Yeah,
have you
he's
watched
fucking
his
awesome.
gaming stuff when he games with Ziltic?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, he does a
Yeah,
bunch
I don't
of
think I've watched much
stuff
of his
over
live
on
shit.
Twitch with Ziltic. The two of them are pretty fucking hilarious when they game together. There are some videos that he's posted where you can just watch him online, like the best parts of it, as opposed to trying to go catch him live. So I mean, that's what I would look for. But
Gotcha.
they're fairly
Yeah, no, he's a
entertaining.
pretty funny dude. Yeah.
Definitely not woke.
Right. Oh shit. Has he feuded with Pokemon lately, or is that all in the past?
I don't know.
Well, you didn't
They were doing
hear the
so much
lore?
fan fiction back in the days.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
didn't-
right. Yeah, she was like mad at him for some reason.
Yeah, for pointing out what a stupid bitch she is or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she is just a dumb cunt, so it's not like...
Yeah, that's definitely one of those inexplicable ones. You're like, hey, here's a kind of dumpy, like average-looking woman. Let's fucking worship her.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, her level of fame is fucking inexplicable, dude.
Well, that people are, they are what they are.
Not uncommon.
I mean, women they get pretty good when it comes to social media and everything.
Yeah. I think she just got in early enough. You know what I mean? There's a lot of bitches that if they had tried to start out today would have, well, not nearly the followings they have. I mean, pretty much any woman's going to have a few simps. But not
Right,
just
you gotta
Sad
be
is
careful.
that fucking statement.
You gotta be careful with that S word, man, because a lot of places don't like it when you say it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
simply irresistible.
Okay, you can show yourself out
Let's
now.
let that hang there for a second. Let's let that fester a little. Yeah.
I was just going to say, like, how sad is it that you have to point out, like, well, every lady has some simps. Like, Jesus Christ, fucking sad is the world.
That's just women in general.
I've never understood that. Like, if you're interested in a girl more than just as like a friend or something, and she doesn't return the interest, move on. Like, don't just keep hanging around. It's a waste of your time.
Well, I think it's partially because a lot of guys are too scared to interact with women.
Oh, they get to, like, I can't go talk to the lady because it's a scary thing.
Well, it's not so
I
much
can do
that.
it over the internet.
I mean, like when you look at things like when we always talk about like feminism and what it's done to guys, and how like a lot of guys are just too scared to talk to women because if they get labeled a creep, that could be the end of their life. It's like guys are too scared, and it's because of feminists and all that made that happen. But you could talk to someone online with an anonymous account. Ain't nothing gonna say, can't say anything about that. And part of the reason why a lot of these like Twitch thoughts and VTubers are making so much money is because guys are just scared to talk to women. And it's we know who to blame for that, and that's exactly what's going on.
Women,
And
ironically.
I sort of. I mean, I do think that it's like yes, women, but I also think it's the people who like demonize men, like the feminists and all that. I think it's because they've been talking about rape culture and all the other kinds of nonsense for the longest of time, demonizing men for a long time. the point where, like I said earlier, like guys are too scared to talk to women because they know if they say something, that's the end of their life. They have no future at that point. So it's like, why talk to a woman? Which is, the position that they're in, which is why all these streamers make so much money.
Fun times.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary, but we'll see how
I
things
just
play
wish
out.
people would save their fucking money and get a hooker.
Well,
Because then you actually
Yeah.
get something out of it. Like, if you're going to donate $300 to a streamer over the course of 3 months, wouldn't you rather just get laid once every 3 months from a decent hooker?
well, I think
Yeah, but they're also like socially inept, so like even that's like a scary thing. Even though like you're
That's why
basically
you
just
pay
saying, "Hey,
the
I'm gonna
money.
fuck you." Yeah, but again, they're people that are so socially inept that that's an awkward situation for them. That's a fucking not doable situation.
It would be
Like they
awkward for
have to
me
actually
because I
interact
detest
with somebody in the
prostitution.
real world.
I guess I see your point. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's
how to,
fucking
like,
it's fucked
how do
up,
you not
dude.
be able to talk
Fucking
to even
ridiculous.
like a prostitute? They're very welcoming.
Yeah, yeah. If you have money, they're fucking super friendly. But again, there's people that are that fucking socially inept. They're like fucking scared to do it or something.
Oh man.
Well, I think it's also not just that, but I think a lot of guys just have because there's still that stigma of getting a prostitute, and like they might be like worried that they're doing it wrong or something. Who knows? Also, a lot of people are they don't know what the laws are in their area. Like I know what they are in my area. It's that it's like 100%. Okay, it's 100% legal for a woman to sell her services. It's 100% illegal to purchase those services. So if a woman wants to be a prostitute, she can, but if you purchase it, you've committed the crime.
Mhm.
And so even if,
That
let's
is
say,
the most gross fucking lie I've ever heard in my life. That's so
exactly,
fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous, dude.
it is absolutely ridiculous. And so, like, there are places out there where as long as you acknowledge that, oh yeah, you're technically committing a crime, uh, they'll gladly service you. I'm sure there are plenty of places in my area where there's like, well, not my area, but in my city, where if you needed to, they call them rub and tugs. It's like a massage parlor, but they're actually prostitute
They
place.
just give you like a hand job or a blow job, depending
Yeah.
on how much you throw them.
Exactly. I
Mhm.
mean, they'll do all that, but you have to be aware. At any moment, police can come by, and there you go. Especially if they're low. Yeah.
As far as I know, at least in the U.S. for the most part, the biggest problem when it comes to the legal end of it is it's more embarrassing and expensive. Like
Well,
like
yeah.
you have to tell people that you got busted like buying a prostitute,
Yeah.
and they fine you like a bunch of money. But it's not like you're going to go to jail for any real length of time. Like maybe for like a week or two or a month or something, if you even go. I don't know if it's the same in Canada though. That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, I assume you'd have to get caught like multiple times before you're gonna have to worry about any actual jail time.
I mean, possibly. I don't know. I don't really look into these kind of things, but I know that it's a fucked up situation. But you're right. I mean, it'd be easier just to pay someone to do it. But then again, like you're assuming that's all that guys want is to get laid. Well, a lot of times, not so much. They just want to have conversations. Because you'd be surprised. I mean, guys, women don't talk to them at all. Just won't talk to them. Part of the other reason is because the social norms are still there. We expect men to start, pursuing the conversation, to pursue the woman, to do all this kind of stuff. We have this modern view, but we still have a traditional. We still filter things through a traditional way, and it doesn't quite work out that way. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be terrifying, dude. To fucking, it's like a huge risk to even approach a woman nowadays. You can get fucking accused of harassment just for fucking complimenting them.
Yep. Well, and the thing is, like it could happen. The fear has been there. We had since 2010, there was a good campaign of demonizing men, and it worked. Now most guys play video games, and then they just hang out with their friends. They don't actually hang out with women. And now women who are like so desperate for male attention, now they've essentially just become absolute sluts, absolute whores. because they don't know how. Because we've had a whole millennial generation of women
Mhm.
who don't know how to talk to guys either, and so they think they have.
Oh yeah, no. So like, not that long ago. Well, I mean, maybe a month or two ago, but I have a skewed view of time anyway. One of the gals in the karaoke group was gonna play some. What do you call it? Stardew Valley. We were gonna play a game of Stardew Valley together. I mean, she just was fucking insane for like 15 minutes, and then like, oh, I'm sorry, I've been drinking, and then like, we never got to do that again. It was so weird
Mhm.
because like, you try to start a conversation, she didn't know how to like have a conversation. She seemed to be like second guessing everything she was saying.
Wow.
Like every
Well,
like
so
like
it's
super
everybody.
fucking nervous and didn't know how to like didn't have any idea what she was really wanting to get out of like the interaction. It was
Yeah,
very
like she's
strange.
like, I don't know, I don't want to say that these guys are all skittish nowadays. I don't want to say the wrong thing and scare them off.
Well, here's the
well,
thing. Like, it
Like
wasn't a
you're
romantic thing.
approaching a
I make it
baby
very
deer or
clear
something.
amongst that group of people. I'm
Right.
not interested in dating people online. I'm just I'd love to hang out and play video games and stuff. That's totally cool. Just don't don't so you don't have to stress. I'm not trying to fucking fuck any of these people. I'm not trying like it's just easier.
Yeah,
And
get it up front, dude.
so it's not like it was a question of like is she trying to romance me or something like that, because that's not the case. It's like we're just playing video games together. So definitely, yeah, I think maybe I can see that, because if guys are that awkward and girls are that awkward when they actually are like doing stuff together, god damn, dude, like how do you get anything done? How do you have conversation? How do you work?
not easily. I would imagine not easily.
Because you got to be able to talk to like somebody of the opposite sex, just in
Mhm.
general, like to do things during the day. Like if you're gonna buy stuff at a store, it might be a lady behind the counter or a guy behind the counter or whatever. Like
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
well,
weird.
that's totally normal to me, and that's why it's like a lot of guys are scared to talk to women, or let's say you have a lot of guys who like want to date and ask someone out, but then they're afraid that women are going to be too picky. Women aren't that picky anymore because they no longer can afford to be picky. I guarantee you that like
Oh,
a
is
good
the
portion.
what you call it, the one guy to 100 women fucking weird sex issue going on with Tinder anymore? Is that starting? Is that bubble finally bursting or something?
Sort of. I mean, I don't know what the dating apps are like because I'm pretty sure like the only women on Tinder, or at least the only ones that you have any opportunity of ever sleeping with, are probably going to be single moms, and I imagine they make up a
Oh
good
God,
portion.
why would you want used women? I'm sorry, I know that's
Well,
awful, but
Yeah.
like honestly, like why would you want to take on the financial burden of some other man's child,
most don't,
and then a
and
woman has already had children with some other dude and was too stupid to understand like that she was getting used?
yeah.
It's like
Well,
that's incredibly unattractive.
yeah, and you have some delusional women who think that they're still attractive. I'm like, if you think so, whatever, more power to you, I guess. I mean, good luck.
It's delusional, but good for you.
I don't know. Hopefully, I'll have that kind of self-esteem when I'm your age, or if I'm in that situation.
God
But
damn.
yeah, we're in an awkward situation, which is like all, as far as I'm concerned, done on purpose. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's definitely social engineering that's brought us to this situation.
yeah.
I will not leave a broken world behind.
But yeah, dating is a weird situation. Although we'll see what happens. Because I think a lot of millennial women will be staunchly anti-feminist pretty soon because they're going to be reaching their 40s and they're going to be awfully depressed. I think there's
So they're gonna
already a
realize,
change.
oh, had I not done this, I might have been a happy person now.
Yeah, and I can already see it now. Like one of my female feminist friends, and we don't talk politics, obviously, but she's already going through that kind of midlife crisis where she's feeling depressed and sad and anxious about life. And I'm seeing her Facebook post. I don't make any comments, but I see it, and she talks about all the various different things, and she thinks she needs to do this and that. And I'm like, pretty soon you're gonna realize, because what she did is she was of the camp of like, a child is nothing more than a parasite in your body. I don't want to have kids. There's too many people in the world, and so she chose to get her. Yeah, she got her tubes cut, and I'm like,
See,
you're gonna.
I just hate children. Like, it's so much easier, to like
Well,
treat them like
sure,
just some
but
sort of mystical thing. It's just,
well, yeah, some people take it to a cringe level, but the point is that there is a biological thing for women to have kids. If you don't have it, you will get depressed. It will be a thing. Like, some can deal with it better than others, but there's too many women out there who are getting their tubes cut and not having kids, and mostly because they think it's a parasite within the body. It's like, well, no, that's your future, and they're gonna realize, because
That's
women
what
are
was
so.
going to take care of you when you started to get really old and no one wanted to put their pee-pee in you anymore. So no one was going to pay
Exactly.
your bills.
Exactly, and so a lot of them don't see a. They think, like, my family motto has always been something like only thought up to the cool part. In other words, we always do crazy shit, and then that's how we end up in these situations, which is definitely true of my brother. But in the case of, like, for women, they're thinking up to the cool part, because feminism said that children are nothing but parasites for men to control you. It's like, bitch, you got your tubes tied, so now you're just a fuck machine until they're done with you. I don't know. Because feminists said it was okay.
Yeah, shout out your abortions too.
Shout out your
Oh.
abortion.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah.
I never got over that.
So, yeah, you shouldn't be fucking. Yeah, you should be a little ashamed of getting an abortion. Dude.
It's like, if you have to get an abortion, that shows you how fucking that what I'm saying here. How not responsible you are.
Yeah, if you can't be bothered to take a pill every day, or make the dude wear a condom or whatever the fuck, dude. There are plenty of not very difficult ways to avoid getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I said, like, who wants to use a woman? That doesn't make any sense.
Which reminds me, speaking of this, have you guys ever seen? Maybe I brought this up. You ever seen a video for this thing called Ecto Life?
Sounds familiar, but I
No.
can't place it.
Well, it was brought up like a few months ago. I think it was a few months ago. Yeah, where it was like a promotional video on growing children in a lab.
My god, that's fucking.
Oh.
That doesn't work though. Like.
Exactly. So that what would happen is they would grow the child in a pod, if you will, and then they have a factory, and it'd be a baby factory. And so they would grow your child, make sure and it'd be like it was played like a promotional video. Like, we can customize your baby. Do you want blue eyes, or do you want green eyes? Do you want brown hair? Do you want to be an athlete or a scientist? And so you customize the baby. They put them into the pod. They monitor them and do all that kind of stuff until they're ready to come out. And then you come over again. You just rely on the factory for your custom baby.
Just go to the custom baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, people were talking about, because it was just it was a video that was posted by a guy, and he's done a few of these kind of things, and they were saying it's just a video. It's not actually anything else. And then we found out later that it was a proof of concept, if you will, that this is what could happen. And he's done this before, because apparently he came up with a idea for what was called a Sky City, where it was like a giant plane with homes within it that you can live on. It had a nuclear reactor inside of it that would power it, so that the way the thing would fly up there. So you'd have like towns and villages that would just literally live in the sky for months on end, and then you could fly down. And we said that was also just an idea. Then we found out that this is actually a thing that's going to be potentially looked at by investors and actually built. Like, really, sky cities. We have fucking Sky Cities that could be in development. That came from the same guy. I'm like,
They just watch an anime and they're like, I'm gonna tell them that we're gonna do this.
I mean, maybe like crazier things have happened that come to life. Like, have you heard of The Line? That city, and I think it was in Dubai. And the idea is that they're going to make an entire city that's stacked one on top of each other. That's like a thin line in like this deserty area. It's super futuristic looking and everything, but it turns out they're actually making it. Hold on a second. I'm not speaking out my ass here. Let me see if I can find it here.
I don't know, man. It sounds like some kind of weird fever dream, dude.
No, they're developing
like,
it.
Did you ever read fucking what's her crazy eyes fucking what do you call it?
Yeah, I don't know where you're going, dude.
The fucking the Green New Deal, was it? I think it was. The fucking AOC's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those things
Eliminating
where
cow
you're
fart.
like, what the fuck?
Eliminating cows because they fart too much and it's the methane.
All right, I got the Line trailer for you right there, and this is a real thing. They are actually building it right now.
Oh wow!
I'm not joking about that. So that's like the city in it's going to be like a towering city with layers upon layers, and everyone will have their own district, and each district will have its own school, a little.
Sorry, I'm not living in a giant tower of fucking evil.
Exactly, but luckily they're doing this, and then what I think is going to happen is it's gonna fail miserably, and then it'll be abandoned, and it'll be a thing of like legend, and people will go there as a haunted city or something.
Yeah, like they do that at the like there's cities in like Russia and places like that where there's just huge cities that are just being abandoned, dude.
Oh, same thing with China.
Not just Chernobyl. Like cities. Japan, there's that whole island. Isn't there like an island where they're, I guess, mining shit at some point?
I don't know about that, but I know that China has those ghost cities that nobody lives in because real estate was such a hot thing to invest in, and so that people just sort of paid a lot of money for like apartments and condos that they don't actually live in. But because if we just leave it, the value maintains itself or something instead of people going in there. So there's not even electricity installed. So they relied on real estate for the longest time, but then that's starting to collapse because a lot of the buildings just weren't getting made anymore because they literally ran out of money. And there was like a big real estate tycoon guy who just left the country and took all the money. It's like nice. Like if you're a Chinese billionaire, it's like, did you steal people's money? You probably took people's money. But yeah, I also posted
all these dumbasses into buying fucking property.
Exactly. I also posted the video for Ectolife in general as well. That again, I'm not making this shit up. This is a thing, and this is, like I said, proof of concept. And they may actually do this now. Considering, I'm just saying, speculating on this, because they were talking about like birth rates being a problem because of like the vaccine, which could happen. So if people can't have kids anymore, and you need to replace the population, well, wouldn't this be a very convenient thing to have a pod that'll grow your child for you? Just because you can't have kids of your own.
No, isn't that disturbing?
I know, but isn't it convenient? Not only that, it doesn't have to be in a factory. You can rent the pod and actually have it in your own home, and it'll be connected via Wi-Fi. So your doctor, who's helping you develop your kid, can help you out too. They can monitor it and inject things if need be. So that way, the potentials of the kids not actually being born is going to be a thing of the past. I was like, oh yes, of course you have a kid. And then we hear about miscarriages, and we can just look at them and shake our heads like, you should have got the pod. No man, it's gonna be fucking. The future that these people are trying to put in there is insane.
Yeah. Well, and like, what a weird fucking dystopic like goal to put on everybody. Like, what a weird thing to just, like, we want everybody to just fucking be miserable, and that's the only way we can save the environment, and it's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost have more respect for the people that want to fucking, have 90% of the people just die off.
Yeah, because at least you're not torturing everybody with slow, miserable descent into madness.
Yeah. Somehow, like, killing 90% of the people is actually more humane than doing that shit.
Somehow.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, you remember the bum fights for the longest time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's stop talking about like pod babies. Let's talk about bum fights. That's a good segue.
Yeah, they're kind of connected, I guess.
They're kind of connected. It's all about the value of human life.
Yeah.
It's like
It's all about degeneracy of fucking modern society.
Well, some of the degeneracy is done on purpose. Well, actually, I think a lot of it's done on purpose. I mean, let's demonize men, so that way, men and women will stop trusting each other. It's a divide and conquer thing, and then we'll demonize people for other absurd things like vaccination status and other such lunatic stuff. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, we'll demonize people, which is all our politicians ever do. Got that whole thing in in Ohio with the whole explosion stuff and all the poisonous gases, or acid rain, if that's even going to be a thing. And what's his name? Pete Buttigieg is like he's taking some personal time. He's got a kid, don't you know? He needs to focus on his family, not the families that are currently having their lives destroyed.
Yeah. Well, they voted like 70% for Trump, so fuck them.
Yeah.
Plus, again, just
wouldn't
being
be
white,
such
even
a
if they
better
had
situation right now if we had Trump as president.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even fucking people that voted for Biden would probably even, not all of them, obviously, but
no, there's the retard cult people. Like, there's always going to be those retarded cult people who are just like, the group test must be good. Must be good.
Yeah, those guys are evil.
Like, I'm like,
all Republicans.
I can't afford to fucking pay my rent or for food, but we're totally fine because he said so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're not in a recession. Oh, I guess we're not in a recession anymore.
Yeah. I love that one. They're like, no, inflation's at 0%. Like, that's a year over year you're talking. So it's basically exactly as bad as it was a year. Congratulations.
No, they just redefined the terms. I guarantee you it's worse this year than it was last year.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I mean, I'm sorry. And it'd be nice if it was, like, stopping for a year, but it's not gonna.
Yeah, no, the egg prices threw me up. Like, I was aware of it, but I hadn't bought eggs in so long that I went to buy, like, a fucking 18-pack, and it was, like, $8. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we haven't hit the hyperinflation yet. Just give it time. We're on the fucking... Like, this is the peak. We're starting to go down, but we're at the bottom. We're, like... where you start to pick up speed? We're almost to the part where you pick up speed on that downhill fucking roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Because they basically just, like, half the fucking production of, like, food and farm animals and all, like, it's all halved, Like, there just isn't this stuff. So even though they keep printing money to make it look like there's no inflation or make it look like we're not in a recession, trying to make it like, because, like, I'm making $17.50 an hour, like, in California right now, minimum wage. Or no, almost 18. But I still can't pay rent.
Yeah, you still couldn't afford your own place or whatever. Yeah,
I still couldn't afford to pay, like, a rent on a regular apartment, which I should be able to. I should be able to afford a studio with what I make.
Yeah, at least, yeah. But no.
Well, you're in California, and I don't know why you're in California, but I mean,
They can't afford to get out, dude.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
have the money to
even-
move out. Like, so here's what's going on. I have enough money saved up that I can pretty soon I shall be able to afford to pay off the car.
Nice.
And then
Distracted
once
by
I get the
something?
car, I can save up a little more money, so I'll have a down payment on what do you call it? A van. And then once I've got that, I'm going to get my stake together to get the heck out of California.
There you go.
So, maybe another like 5 years.
And then Stabby's gonna be living the van life.
That's true. If you can get yourself a van, that's where you'd be living. Fucking living in a van.
Yeah, but actually doing it, not just for YouTube views.
I mean, I suppose not like you're gonna get views. I mean, YouTube, like the YouTube viewers and all that, they've pretty much just rejected van life.
Yeah.
They tried to promote it. They tried
the
their
thing is,
hardest.
so many people are doing fake van life that it just doesn't make any money.
Well, it just
Yeah,
doesn't even
remember,
look. Yeah.
remember Janelle Eliana, the bitch that somehow had millions of fucking views and subscribers after 2 fucking van life videos?
Yeah.
Like, it was the most egregious,
Well, and it
obviously
became painfully
bullshit
obvious that
fucking...
there were a lot of people who just did not like actually live in their vans who were claiming to.
Yeah, she was definitely one of those. Yeah, no, I got this albino python. I got a pet, and I live in a fucking... Yeah. So, yeah, no, I'm sure you're living in...
Yeah,
Yeah,
no one,
it's
no one
fucking
believed it.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, and also like there were people who were like, they got along too well. Like nobody bought it because they were like sorry, no, we know nobody's
Yeah.
getting along that well if they're living in a fucking van. Like you're gonna have
exactly.
fights.
Yeah, you guys should be fucking ready to kill each other. Although I guess people can also, keep it under wraps for the videos. Like if they're doing lives, there's no fucking way you guys get along that way.
No.
If they're cutting up videos and cutting out all the parts where they're fucking ready to kill each other, that might work. But yeah, other than that, yeah, not so much.
Nope. No. There's van life is a really weird thing. So some guy noticed, man, there are an awful lot more people living in vans and RVs going around like Arizona and New Mexico during like the winter and then traveling all over the rest of the country during the summer. Right? And so he decided to go do like a documentary. He happened to run into a guy who was pretty well known already in the van life community as somebody who was always there to help out beginners and kind of walk them through their first setup. And managed to run into this guy, and this guy liked him instead of hating him like he did most of the people that would come out and talk to him, because this dude was just asking questions like, hey, so why you guys live in your vans? Oh, that's interesting. He wasn't like judging people.
Yeah. Anyone else is like, yeah, we're here to see the freak show, so you answer a few patronizing questions I have for you. So exactly when did you become a loser van? Yeah. Like fucking, yeah, I can see that. I can see being a little standoffish.
Well, it's like,
But
well, a lot of people
and
were-
so it just got big because he's actually very what do you call it?
Yes, what do you call it?
Enigmatic.
Okay.
Like he's very
So
enigmatic.
standoffish?
He's super likable. He's you know how like people want to pretend Trump is like this likable guy.
Gotcha, I guess.
He is that guy. He is the super likable dude that everybody wants to like hang out with. It's not an act. He's just really, really
Gotcha.
fucking nice. And so
Yeah.
he's essentially, he is that dude. He's the one everybody wants to hang out with. Treats everybody really, really well. And he started his own channel, and it got huge because, hey, you know, Wonder Wonders, he's a pretty nice dude, right? People like this guy.
Right.
And yeah, it was pretty much that's how the van thing got big. And there were a few people that knew him, and other people that did their own stuff. And
Other people are like, hey, I want in on this rift. I'm gonna throw some shit in a van and pretend I live in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's all you really have to do is if you're decent at like
At
acting.
acting,
Stabby
I don't
is,
know. It's,
Stabby's playing a game, I assume.
I am no. What are you talking about? Would you ever say that? No, I'm trying to think
Anytime
of
you
like,
start stopping mid-sentence, it's kind of obvious.
But I get like I fucking lose the word sometimes. It's like really annoying. Like I can't think of the right fucking word.
too much of that California sky.
Eh. Yeah, they just gotta, you know. It got really big because fucking that dude was just so well known and everybody loved the guy.
Yeah. So everyone else decided to try to do the same thing, but they're fucking unlikable assholes.
Yep. Well, and it wasn't even so much a case of like unlikable assholes. It was just like,
You're full of shit kind of thing. Like,
yeah,
you're not
full of
living
shit,
in a fucking
and no
van.
one likes you because you're fucking lying. You know, like you
Yeah,
obviously don't live
yeah.
in there. So get the fuck out. You know, don't fucking waste our time.
Yeah. Take your bullshit somewhere else. I wonder what that fuck. Yeah, I gotta look at that. I haven't looked up Janelle Eliana's shit in a while.
No one has.
Yeah, I gotta assume she's not getting. Hold on, I gotta look it up now, actually. But yeah, I'm curious to see if she's even making videos.
I don't think so. I think she's well aware that the psyop is done. No one pays attention.
Yeah, they obviously got incredibly greedy with her situation. So I forgot who's the one that broke it down.
Who broke what down?
Some fight in me.
Broke down the video, I guess.
The Eliana Gonzalez thing?
Probably. I think his internet died or something. Quoi? Whatever. So yeah, weird shit, man. Weird shit. We live in interesting times, and I don't like it. Well, the other thing is, we know that they don't want us owning property, which is why they want all the young people to live on vans, because it's so affordable, don't you know? Wait, is it me?
No,
Hello?
you're here.
Oh, okay, all right.
I just didn't
wasn't
have
in-
anything else to say to that. Like, you're right. They don't want us to own property.
Yeah.
You know, the way my mom's setting it up right now, it should be fairly easy for me and my siblings to maintain the house and not lose the house and the property and still have a place to live, as long as we keep up with like the property taxes and stuff. You know.
Well, I
Because
mean,
we're gonna have solar power, so we're not having like this, you know, $700 a month fucking electric bill. That's pretty average in California right now, by the way. Like, you know, $500-600 a month in electricity.
really, Jesus Christ. See, I live in Canada, and we're in the winter months, so the furnace has to be on all the time. And yet, I only pay about maybe $200.
No, so the deal in California is because of pollution. Are we the only two that are here? Did Day 12 leave?
Yeah, he had to go because internet was going on him, I think.
Oh, so he can't stay anymore? Okay.
Well, he might come back.
Okay, well, hopefully he's able to come back, but if he's not, what was I talking about? Oh, so environmentally, they claim that in order to cut down on greenhouse gases or whatever bullshit that they're selling, you have to use less power every year. And it has to be under a certain amount. And then they can charge you extra during certain hours of the day because it's, like it stacks up until you're paying like $600, $700 a fucking month for electricity. They keep adding, and it's all bullshit charges. It's charges that are basically just arbitrary. But it's all under the guise of environmentalism. Even though, like, it doesn't actually have any impact whatsoever.
Hey, Dave, are you back?
Yeah, I don't know where I cut off there, but
I don't recall either.
Yeah. I was talking about how many views her videos are having, and it's going down and down and down. I don't know if I was on for that or if that was all cut out.
Well, you mentioned that, but I didn't know if you were going to look it up or not.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, it's been trending downwards over like the last 6 months or whatever. Like shit, 600,000 views, 500, 400, 200. Yeah, it's been, going, obviously the more recent, the less views she has.
But it was less drastic than what's going on with like Project Veritas. But boy, that's a loss in subscribers like I've never seen.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Like, those people that decided to oust O'Keefe must have been paid off to fucking do it, because I don't know if they really didn't understand that O'Keefe was Project Veritas.
Yeah.
Like, if you cut him out, you're going to lose a vast majority of it.
As in, none of the people want to fucking hear anything you have to say anymore? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he was
Actually,
the only one they trusted in the entire fucking group. I'm sure everybody had their favorite reporters. Their favorite fucking, what do you call them?
Investigative journalist?
No, there's a fucking term for it. Honeypot. Their favorite honeypot.
Oh, I gotcha.
I don't think I'd call those people investigative journalists. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Every single one of those is a fucking Tinder date. You're not an investigative journalist at that point.
Yeah, it's closer
You're
to
just a
journalism
honeypot.
than most.
You're not doing anything that anybody with a high school degree couldn't do. Investigative journalists find information in all sorts of places and collect it, not just by going on Tinder and being like, look at my titties. You won't see these titties. You better tell me stories about your company.
Well, the fact that they did that is a form of journalism. I mean, it's called...
I'm not saying they're not journalists, but there's a type of journalist that is not investigative. That's a honeypot. They're a honeypot journalist. Nothing wrong with it. They're getting all the information that other people aren't getting.
Which reminds me, did you know that they actually they investigated, they did the same thing with InfoWars and Alex Jones? I just found out about this today. Yeah, they tried to find dirt on Alex Jones and stuff to see if he was running a scam or something. Turns out, nope. The only thing that's going on over there is that everyone there is fucking crazy, which is what we already knew to begin with. So
yeah.
But really, Alex Jones and his team are fucking lunatics? I mean, yeah, that's part of the reason why we go.
It's almost like we should have really figured that one out ourselves.
Yeah. Well, some people assume like they do what they do for clout or for to push an agenda or something. As far as I can tell, there's nothing like that. They are legitimately just they believe what they say, and that's what they do. So okay, you know what? That actually makes them look more credible as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's shit most of us already kind of knew.
Yep.
Like, no, I know he said some crazy shit, but I totally would have been surprised if he didn't actually believe the shit he says.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not always wrong. Even with some of the crazier shit he said.
Yeah. That's what makes it so hard. Like I like Alex Jones, but if what he says is true, it's so terrifying. Like I pray it's not. But he's been more right than wrong, and that's just how it is. I remember I was telling my mom about Alex Jones, and cause she's now like she now believes that because she was definitely like a socialist and lefty lunatic, but even now she's like, yeah, no, like I've been lied to this whole time. Like, gee, thank you, mom. But yeah, even now she's like, well, I know you told me like be careful with Alex Jones, but I think I gotta listen to him. It's like, okay, mom.
You know what? Alex Jones, I think, proved himself to a certain extent.
He certainly did. He certainly did. I can't question him anymore. What Alex Jones said, it's like, yeah, you can pretty much tell it's like
Yeah,
it's
was it,
awesome.
when Kanye West, when he was the one who was trying to be like, Kanye, you don't really mean you love Hitler? Ha ha ha. You know, like,
Oh yeah, dude, that was amazing, dude.
You're not really
To
going to be
see,
Hitler, because please, you know, like,
Yeah, no, it was interesting to see because again, Alex Jones makes people that uncomfortable all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So it was fucking funny to see him being on the other side of that.
Yeah. Like, God damn it, Kanye.
I'm trying to give you an out here, god damn it. And you say crazier and crazier shit.
Are you trying to out crazy me? How dare you?
Well, if anyone could. Kanye is probably the one.
I mean, he definitely makes Alex Jones look sane by comparison. But then again, I mean, if what he was saying is true about like his personal trainer threatening to drug him up so that way he, never see his kids again, like if that's all true.
yeah, oh, that's definitely true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye was forcibly medicated for quite a while.
Yeah.
It was pretty fucking fucked up.
Yeah. Well, and to make matters worse, I mean, like when you think about celebrities, because a lot of celebrities were either medicated or probably blackmailed into doing things. Oh, which reminds me, you hear the recent one about Jim Carrey?
No, is Jim Carrey doing stuff again? Because that guy was pretty fucking wacky.
He was, and I believe he was definitely taken advantage of because he was like the biggest celebrity in Hollywood for the longest time, and then he just started doing mediocre stuff, and then they just went crazy. He stopped acting. He was like in like downtown New York, and doing weird street performances and dancing and playing on his bike, and making weird paintings, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? But that's happened a lot.
Fucking Shia LaBeouf all of a sudden.
Well, okay, but here's the thing, because like he stopped doing drugs, he stopped doing stuff. He even said he stopped taking his medication, and he started acting again, and he started doing the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Awesome movies, by the way. I highly recommend them.
Oh yeah, he was great as what's his name in the
Robotnik.
Robotnik in those fucking movies.
Yeah, and like he also then he started becoming sane, and he's like, yeah, you know what? I think politics is not something that actors should be speaking on. He said, I'm not talking politics anymore. I'm not, because he was saying like Trump's a this, and we should all be socialists. And now he's like, no, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with all of that. I just want to go on my life. I want to act. I want to enjoy life. Okay, so that's all great. He stopped doing all that. Now here's the crazy shit that's happening now. So he said that he will sue anyone who makes the accusation that he went to Epstein Island. Anyone, he will sue them to oblivion.
Oh, okay.
Who says that?
Now I
Jim
remember.
Carrey says
Now I
Carrey.
remember.
Jim Carrey, he said that.
That's not a thing you should ever fucking say. That just
No, and that's why I heard that and I thought, holy shit, that's insane.
so
But
Jim Carrey's been to Epstein Island.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
clearly. Yeah, no, that's
Well,
what I
well,
Why else would anybody be saying it, Jim? I mean, it just
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, here's okay.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty fucking nuts.
here's the thing. Yeah, that's nuts. That's crazy. I also think he did as a form of self-defense of some sort. Because you know what else has been going on? Sometimes, like lower celebrities have been around. People are starting to die. You commit suicide and that stuff. Like there was like a producer or something who was found with a gunshot wound to the back of the head and hung up in the woods recently. I can't remember who it was. I remember hearing about that, and the police ruled it a suicide. And I'm like,
Wow.
how did that?
Wow.
How can you rule that?
Back of the head.
Back of the head, and hung himself in the woods. Suicide. How? Now this isn't the first time I've heard something this ludicrous before, but it's happened. And these
Well,
are
you heard
Hollywood
about
guys.
the thing in Russia, right, where the guy killed himself?
Yeah. So the theory that some people are having is that because the Epstein list is going to come out, people are going to be brought in for questions, and so you're going to hear a lot more about suicides and stuff happening. And I think what happened with this producer was to send a message to people to not talk. And I think Jim Carrey, when he said that, is his way of sort of talking, mostly because it's self-defense. Because it's like, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Or
But
if he
why
does...
would anybody think you'd gone to Epstein Island if and you hadn't gone to Epstein Island?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that
okay,
is very odd.
Yeah, okay, but
Yeah,
if
he
he
must have
died...
had some kind of inside info on that.
Well, see, that's the point. That's why I'm saying he said... That's why he's saying it now. Because if he does die, we know that it had some sort of connection. If he did someone else... I think he said it as a self-defense. Because if he dies for any reason, it will be automatically suspicious, and we're going to wonder, what really is this about? And so then we're going to start asking questions
Why
about
did we go to
Epstein Island.
Epstein Island?
I think it's his way of saying, don't don't threaten me, because it's his way of saying, like, if I die, people are going to start going down.
Yeah,
It's his
version of I am not suicidal.
Exactly. It's his version of I'm not suicidal. So I think maybe if he did go, all right, that's terrible. But also, like, that's his way of saying, don't kill me. Don't you fucking dare. And I think, yeah.
Don't murder me.
Well, because you also have to remember, like part of what went on over there at Epstein Island is sometimes people didn't sleep with kids, believe it or not. They just took pictures. And the fact that you were there on the island is good enough. You just have to set foot on the island, and that's it. Just as long as we have pictures confirming you were there, then we can all assume that you're a nasty person. We can all assume that. So then you could have just done there. You could have been ignorant. Said, "Oh, some business guy wants to go into business with me. Oh, awesome, fine. I'll come to your private island. That's true."
Okay, I'm not the smartest person on the planet, but if I'd been to Epstein Island and it was there for I had no idea what was going on, I didn't end up fucking with any of the kids, I would have come out and said it a long time ago. I would have said, look, sooner or later that list is going to come out. You're going to find my name on it. When I was there, this is what I did. This is what I didn't do.
I think if he did come out...
I'm more than happy to tell you everything about it other than anybody I was with, because I'm not going to get involved in naming names because that can become a financial problem for me.
I think
that's the way you go. You just try to avoid that whole fucking...
I think what would have happened is that he would have done that. The news media who are in on all this would have buried the story. Barely anyone would hear about it, and then we'd find out, like, maybe a year later that Jim Carrey committed suicide at a hotel in the filming of whatever movie, which does happen.
You know, David Carradine fucking hung himself with that belt.
Yep. I think that they want to get you, and they know that that they have the means to kill you. And even if you go out public, no one will cover it, and then you'll just die someday. They'll assume you're paranoid because of, like, meds or whatever, which they probably get you on anyways, and then they'll just, like, kill you a year later. I think he did.
Give you esophageal cancer. Exactly. I feel like there's a lot of people that suspiciously develop that specific cancer. That they must have some way of making you have esophageal cancer. Mm-hmm. The guy that did the Disclosure Project thing, the UFO guy, I can't remember his name, but he actually survived it. But yeah, he had gotten esophageal cancer, but managed to survive it. Why the fuck can't I think of his name, dude? It's fucking bugging me. Hold on, I'll find it. Mm-hmm. Project Disclosure or something with Disclosure. I think. Let me see. No. Talk among Stephen Greer. There we go.
Product disclosure?
Yeah, no, it was about like fucking UFOs and shit like that. Yeah, David Greer. Or Stephen Greer. Sorry, Stephen Greer. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It's again, there's been people that have died of that were like, potential witnesses to shit.
I believe it.
That is my exclusive. I haven't really heard anyone else say that. So again, that is my, with very flimsy proof, my conspiracy theory.
Your conspiracy theory? Oh.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of conspiracy theories.
Well, chances are it's going to be correct.
Yeah, nowadays. Yeah, well, I don't really concern myself with whether
Is there
or not
conspiracy
it's
theory
true.
that's not true anymore? I mean, do we just assume they're all real?
Yeah, doesn't reality end up being even more fucking bizarre?
I wanna argue, but at the same time, like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, it ends up being way worse than what the conspiracy theory was.
One of the things I find fascinating is the UFO one. Because I remember being a kid, I was fascinated by UFOs. I thought they were scary, but awesome at the same time. And here we are with all these UFO sightings. Just tons and tons and tons of them. And it's like, you think I'd be excited, but I'm like, I don't care. Like, this is the most exciting thing I've ever heard in my entire, my childhood life would have been just, like, over the moon with all this. But, like, nah, I just don't care. It's, like, not even in the realm of importance.
Nah.
Yeah, well, when you're starting to get disclosure about shit like that from like the Navy, like happened a few years ago, where they're like, yeah, there's this tic-tac shaped object that was, they had on radar, we had visual, all this shit. You're like, all right, I don't fucking trust you guys to not be running some kind of weird psyop or something. Yeah, or if they're actually, like, all right, we're gonna kind of work up to disclosure. I mean, that would kind of make sense too, I guess, but I don't trust that at all. So I assume they're just running some bullshit.
Well, and
do either of you know what I'm talking about?
No,
this happened
I'm
sort of.
Wait,
so
that's not the answer I was supposed to give. Hold on. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it was definitely like the Navy put out all this information about it.
Yeah, I think a lot of those disclosure informations or private ones had to be made public, similar to the one about JFK being assassinated. Like, now we know that it was definitely the CIA that had something to do with it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that were in on that, dude.
Yeah,
I've done a lot of research on that one. Yeah, not as much on the MLK,
CIA,
so probably my racism.
Hasn't the CIA basically been behind, like, everything the CIA's been claimed to be behind? It's like, yeah, well, cocaine got brought to the projects by the CIA. Nah. We have video. Oh, shit.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think we actually have video. I just, like, it's like...
Yeah. There's definitely proof.
Insane.
There's definitely evidence.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, no, that, I think, they're fucking have connections with, I don't know if the mob is actually still a thing, but they definitely teamed up with the mob back in the day for a lot of shit.
Mob even still a thing anymore?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it depends on what you're looking at.
See, I was of the idea that the mob was replaced with the cartel because we keep hearing about it so often. Not to mention, with all those people coming over the border, they essentially MI6 or something. Keep talking about
Yeah. No, MI6 is the British intelligence, but it's something like that.
It's not MK Ultra, is it? No.
No, that was different.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Mind control shit back in the day.
Right. Okay. All right. That has nothing to do with China and their ability to talk into your head. Yeah.
that's separate. But yeah, it is kind of a weird thing. They're like, oh yeah, no, we did that shit back in the day. You know, the remote viewing and all this other shit, the fucking telepathy. But yeah, we don't do that anymore. I'm like, yeah, you probably do. You're probably still researching it. You've probably gotten pretty good at it, if it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucking... The CIA was responsible for, like, the dolphin hand jobs thing, right? I mean...
Dolphin
Yeah, I don't know if
hand
I'm
job?
familiar with that, dude.
Yeah, they were, like, trying to make, like smart fucking dolphins or something.
Wait, so...
And it was like they
who
were...
was- who was
It wasn't
giving
smart
the
dolphins.
hand
It was
job?
like, they were going to have them, like, swim and they could, you know, pick up, bombs and take them to, like, blow up, like, submarines and shit, and they were trying to make them smarter. And somehow this involved... I forget what it was, like, what the reasoning was. But it somehow involved legitimately, like fucking... like, the hand jobs for fucking dolphins.
Well, if you're gonna motivate, you know, any mammal, really, that's a pretty strong motivation. It's like, you know, food, sex, you know.
I don't think I like this conversation.
Fucking nuts, dude. Goddamn. Dude.
No, yeah, there's
Yeah,
really no excuse for
I've
any
not
of it.
heard
It's
of that
so
one.
fucking dumb.
I mean, an adult. This conversation's too wacky for me. And I'm the wacky person here. I'm the guy who showed you the fucking ecto life. Now that even fucks me up. Like, what? Dolphin hand
Yeah.
job.
Let's talk about the missing 411 at the national parks now, dude. That's a good one. How many people go missing at national parks?
Yes,
Oh.
a lot. A fucking lot.
Dude,
like,
yeah.
that is
Yeah,
one of
like,
those
there's
things that,
definitely something
like,
there, dude.
that's scary all the time.
Yeah. Or the stories of like kids like fucking somehow ending up 12 miles away like a day and a half later through very, very difficult terrain. And they're like all scratched up and fucked up, and they're like, yeah, you know, and they're too young to actually articulate what happened. They're like, a cat scratched me. Yeah, it was really weird shit. Like, how did this kid get here? How did he get up to the spot? It's fucking insane. A 4-year-old. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with those specific ones, but there's some really fucking weird shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've heard of them. I don't really go too much into it just because it's like it's too bizarre even for me.
Mm. Yeah, but it's true. I mean, this shit is true. You know, there's fucking... It's factual that this has happened. Not every single one, obviously, but there have been situations where, again, kids will disappear and fucking... They talk about some lady in a red jacket fucking gliding along and taking them somewhere. Yeah, it's really weird shit.
Maybe in a red jacket. Huh.
Yeah, that's just one of the ones I was reading. And again, it's little kids, so it's not the most reliable sources or whatever.
Maybe. That's something to think about. I know one of the ones I tried to get into, but I'm a little like just like conflicting reports was like Skinwalker Ranch. You guys heard about that one?
Skinwalker Ranch? What the fuck?
Well, you never heard of it?
For a second, I thought you were talking about Skywalker Ranch, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever's going on in fucking...
No,
Yeah,
okay.
George Lucas'
So
house.
it's a farmland with like a house.
Utah or something, right?
Yeah, so I think it's in Utah, and they said it's the most bizarre, supernatural and paranormal things happen there that's ever been documented. Now,
Yeah,
the thing-
all kinds of crazy shit. Like
Yeah,
a wolf
well-
that they have to fucking hit with a magnum and it still doesn't fucking, like just a little chunk comes off of it and it just seems annoyed.
yeah, well, there's the chunk. There's the strange lights, There's the was it the orange orbs or something that if you touch them, it like you instantly die. Like
Yeah,
we
or cows somehow end up inside of fucking locked trailers.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
What
there's a lot
what
of really crazy shit.
one of the other ones that like here's the thing, like I hear this, but a lot of people just sort of dismiss it as just like bizarre delusions, but also because a lot of these things weren't documented till years later, so it's like, well, we can't really use them as evidence. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't really know if they're true or not. Not to mention there was a whole reality TV show about Skinwalker Ranch, and they couldn't really come up with anything. And I thought,
Yeah,
well, that's interesting. So a lot of this stuff is stuff that we can't physically see because there's no documents, there's no nothing. Not to mention, there's all kinds of people out there making fake videos about Skinwalker Ranch. Like some guy says, I live right next to the property, and hey, I hear weird sounds. And then you look at the guy, it's like, oh well, no, you don't live there.
yeah,
You
you've
live
never
somewhere
even
else.
been in the state of Utah, you fucking liar. Yeah,
Exactly. So yeah, but there
yeah,
was a
yeah. Information and then the disinformation's fucking hard to sift through.
yeah. Well, a lot of people have something to say
Oh,
about these things. Yeah.
speaking of information and disinformation being hard to sift through, I know I've mentioned pickling eggs at least once before. I'm a fan of pickling eggs. There's all sorts of things on the internet that say if you don't keep them in the fridge and eat them within a month, you're gonna die. And it's like
Wow.
you can just do the standard pickled egg recipe, which is boiled eggs, pour vinegar and salt on them, and just leave them in the fridge for a week to just sort of pickle. Or you just leave them out on the fucking counter. It don't matter. You're not gonna have a problem. It's a pretty foolproof recipe. As long as you clean the thing with hot soapy water before you put the stuff in it, you're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I
an
have
odd
been
one.
to I don't know how many bars with a giant ass half full fucking jar of pickled eggs just sitting on the counter that's been there for probably 20 fucking years. Like it's dusty. And you
Yeah.
buy one and
Yeah.
you eat it and you don't get sick and it's just it's a vinegary hard boiled egg. It's just like a hard boiled egg with a little extra flavor.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and that's
anything
all
pickled.
over the internet telling you you're gonna die, you're gonna get fucking all the diseases.
Yeah, you're gonna get vinegar poisoning or something.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's fucking crazy.
But you're right. That could also just be like more that disinformation, misinformation stuff, trying to get stuff. Because I don't know. Have you guys heard about like this recent food pyramid thing that just came out?
Yeah, with the like bread is the fucking top of the line for you shit.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I remember you saw that when I posted the list. It was that, and Lucky Charms is more healthy than steak and meat. Like how?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Egg-
that food pyramid's been like kind of disproven for decades, dude. But
Oh,
it's
no,
still,
But this is with this makes the food pyramid like a fucking shame.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're talking about the new food pyramid. I think it's promoted by the government, and like even Joe Rogan was talking about. It's like this is insane. Lucky Charms
Yeah.
is more healthy than meat. How?
yeah, that's just fucking bizarre, dude.
Yeah, the new food pyramid is probably the most embarrassing thing that could ever be published. Like seriously? Like, and you think people are going to buy this? They're going to think this is real.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Like I remember seeing it, and just thinking this is embarrassingly silly.
You gotta get that Lucky Charms, man. It's fucking the stuff that life is based off of.
I mean, they are magically delicious.
You know, steak, that's fucking poison though. That made me so fucking angry.
Yeah.
Cause like there's
Yeah,
gonna be people that are just stupid that don't deserve to fucking end up dying from fucking like diabetes. You know, like
Yeah.
they're not trying to hurt anybody. They're just trying to be like cool and all. And then here comes this asshole like, yeah, Lucky Charms better for you than a steak. Have a bowl of fucking sugary cereal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's embarrassing.
I think they just want everybody diabetic, like it's part of the probably big pharma. Like, no, make everybody diabetic.
You know what? That
so
makes
they don't
sense
buy our
because there's a
diabetes
lot of
meds.
money in diabetes medication.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you would think by now the medications would be very inexpensive.
I think the original food pyramid was designed to be, you know, to help with sales and stuff. So stupid. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think there's much evidence for any of it, dude. It was big bakery money.
That's one way of
Big
putting
Yeah,
it.
tell them they got to eat
money.
a shitload of bread. Yeah. Yeah, Big Beef didn't have their fucking, lobbying together yet.
Oh, there was all those commercials talking about like pork, it's the other white meat, and eggs, it's what's for dinner.
Yeah, that's true. Paid for by the Milk and Dairy Association.
Milk and Dairy Association of California, in the United States, Texas, Monte Cristo. Yeah, it was just a bunch of horse shit that was like basically like the people what sell eggs who fucking will pay you to say that they're super fucking healthy. And then the people who are like, what do they eat if they don't eat eggs? This? Alright, that's super fucking healthy and eggs are poison. How much do we gotta pay you to say that now, Captain? Captain Honesty.
Yeah.
Work as a team, everyone. Just in case. Systems high.
Captain Honesty. That's one way of putting it.
You don't believe them? But their name is Captain Honesty.
Forgive me if I seem skeptical.
Captain Honesty.
Yeah, you remember
never
that,
lie, sir.
That South Park
And frankly, I'm
episode, the one
offended
that
at the
had
implication.
the South Park episode with Cheech and Chong where they were selling all the weird holistic shit. And the lady's name that ran like the holistic place was like Misinformation. With a name like Misinformation, must be right. Because they're like, oh, I got you some organic toothpaste. And then Stan's like, oh, you mean that stuff that tastes like ass and doesn't fight cavities?
Yes, I want that. Give it to me. Oh, what is it? The fucking worst shit here is Amy's Organics. I think it is like Amy's or something like Amy's burritos.
Yeah,
Amy's Organics. Anything with Amy's on it is, oh my god, awful.
I'll be right back.
Just tastes like dog food died in it.
Yeah, health burritos.
Health burritos. Yeah,
fuck.
that's what I fucking want. Healthy burritos.
Yeah, it's ugh.
Yeah,
We're all screwed.
pretty much.
The bottom line. Everything is a lie. Everything's a fucking psyop.
I mean, sad but true.
But yeah, they just keep, they just kind of keep pumping them out. On to the next distraction. Because, yeah, like I said, they got away with the Epstein shit. Nobody's talking about that anymore. And weren't now for like, what, maybe 2 or 3 weeks after it happened. Pretty much everybody knew he was fucking suicided. But nothing happened. Because, again, they move on to the next distraction.
Yep.
Pretty effective. You know, everyone's attention spans are non-existent nowadays.
What's an attention span?
I don't know, I think it's something they used to do back in the 50s.
Oh. So what's an attention
Yeah,
span?
totally outdated. Yeah. Wait, what? What did you ask me?
What were you talking about attention spans for a minute ago, I swear?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not familiar. I don't remember saying anything about it. Yeah. Any good news? Any good happy
that I'm aware
fun
of?
news?
No, there's no such thing as good news.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that doesn't sell. That doesn't fucking reel the people in. Everything's a psyop from a PR firm.
Yes. It's all about the psyop, baby.
Yeah.
Objective mine. Care to join me?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a video from some dude about the whole Eliza Blue Tim Pool situation. But it was done like very early on, but it's like over an hour long. So I'm like, eh. I was gonna share it, but I'm like, eh. I don't know if Stabby gives a shit enough about this to watch an hour about this fucking bitch.
Oh, you really hung up on this blue chick, by the way.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, I just find it fucking interesting, dude. That they fucking... I don't know. The whole situation is just very, very fucking bizarre. The whole Tim Pool fucking, aspect of it. Like, why are you saying this shit? Like, who the fuck do you think's gonna believe this? Although I guess you still got fans. You still got fucking people. Let's see. I know. I'll look at Twitter.
Twitter.
And we'll see. There's got to be a good story.
Twitter?
Happy, really good
Twitter.
time feeling story.
Twitter. Oh my god. Like what? Like the new weather balloons. The fact that I think there's like more.
Are
There's
people
another-
putting up more weather balloons in the hopes they get shot down? Like, we want to make them look real dumb. Come on, guys. Get some more fucking balloons.
Oh yeah. Although I have heard that there were apparently there's these weird fucking balloon societies that'll like put out these little balloons with like microchips in them, like for GPS or something. It's fucking weird, dude. But apparently they're claiming their shit got shot down too. It had nothing to do with China. It was just their weird balloon enthusiast groups that apparently is a thing.
You know, I'm a very enthusiastic guy when it comes to balloons. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. Why would that be weird?
Yeah, there should be groups and devoted to it.
I could imagine that there's, those hot air balloons that people like to fly in. I can imagine because they do have festivals where they get together and they do that kind of stuff to make these unique balloons and stuff. But can you imagine that like the government misinterprets that and they assume China's invading and so they shoot them all down? China's invading, sir.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of that shit around here, dude. There's always a fucking hot air balloon somewhere in the sky.
Well, some of them
Although I've seen one that's all black, so I'm pretty sure that's like some CIA shit.
probably.
Yeah, it's like the black helicopters. Now they're black fucking hot air balloons. I don't really believe that, but I have seen all black fucking, like even the basket is all black.
Yeah, I
They're
believe
normally
you.
all, they're normally all like super colorful and shit.
Well, yeah, because the goal is to be seen.
I've never been in one. Either of you guys ever been in a hot air balloon?
No, I'm too much for chicken shit to go in there.
Yeah, I've just never had the opportunity. I wouldn't mind it.
I would say, like, yeah, I'm just a chicken shit, but realistically, my need to survive is too great, so I'm like, I'm not going to do that. With that said, I saw a
Yeah, it
video.
seems like an unnecessary risk when, like, just the wind changing can fucking potentially kill you.
Well, like,
Yeah.
when we hear about guys going on like doing skydiving and stuff, like God, why would you want to? But at the same time, it's like, you want to say you at least did it.
Yeah, I've never done it, but dude, I don't know. No, I get it, dude. I've wanted to do it. I want to, dude. If I ever somehow manage to get in shape, I want to fucking use a wingsuit. It looks like again, incredibly dangerous, but it looks like so much fucking fun. Like it's got to be almost indistinguishable from fucking flying, even though you're slowly losing altitude. It's got to feel like you're fucking flying.
Probably.
It sounds amazing, dude. To me.
We
but
see.
Again, I've never, I can't recall at any point in my life fearing death. So probably part of it.
Well, that's probably why you're gonna like lose a bunch of weight and then try that, because it's like you need to be scared at some point. You need to have some sort of like near-death experience or do something stupid, because otherwise, can you really say you've lived your life?
Yeah, you gotta. Okay, I'm gonna have to agree with that. You gotta do stupid shit sometimes.
And, I saw a video the other day with this guy, and he was talking about like people who make money and all the other kind of stuff, and part of the reason he talks about is like intelligence. Like apparently, people who make more money don't have a very good high IQ. In fact, they said if most people were 20% dumber, you'd be a lot happier and a lot richer. Because a lot of things in life you don't do, or you get like too, like a lot of guys get too analytical. It's like, okay, well, where are my risk benefits analysis and all that? So it's like, well, if I do this, I might make money, but then I might lose money. I might do this, and so then you'll end up talking yourself down. Guys who are dumber and just act on the impulse and just go for it, chances of them succeeding way greater because they actually put in the effort. And so, really, you need to be a little more adventuresome and don't be afraid to be dumb. Which is not something I ever thought I'd say, but yeah, don't be afraid to be dumb. There you go.
I've always kind of been drawn to the fucking daredevil shit, I guess. Yeah, it was about 4 or 5 years ago. Like we go to Carlsbad every summer or whatever, and about 4 or 5 years ago, there were like the biggest waves I've ever seen anywhere. There was like apparently 2 different swells coming in. One kind of straight on, another one. They're about 10 to 12 foot waves, and sometimes they're doubling up to like good 15 foot waves, dude. They're fucking huge. So I was like going out to catch them, and dude, when you actually catch one of those, it's fucking amazing, dude. Nice. But anyways, yeah, but dude, like it was so hard to get out to them because, again, you have these gigantic waves coming in, you got to get past them, and then they're fucking, like every time I'd try to go over it, because I don't like diving under them, so I'd have to try to go over them. Every time it's knocking me back like 30 feet, you know what I mean? Because it's so fucking huge. And yeah, at a certain point, I'm like, all right, I'm not in great shape. I'm in fucking horrible shape. I have no fucking cardio. I'm like, my son's on the fucking shore, probably about to watch his fucking dad drown. And then, yeah, I was like thinking about it. I was at actually recovery meetings, like when I got back, and I'm like, I think that's the first time in my life that I was like, hey, this might kill me. I'm going to not do it. Like literally, I was like fucking 40 years old, in my 40s, before I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, any other time I'm like, no, this seems like it's going to give me a fucking great rush. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be concerned about whether it might kill me or not.
I mean, that's half the fun, right? It should kill you.
Yeah, well, it's that element of danger.
And if you go,
makes it fun.
If you go through that, also, I mean, like, even if you do get hurt, I mean, you learn something from it, and you become better for it. I was listening, I can't remember who else I was listening to, but they were talking about how, like, you should have to suffer through something. Like maybe you get your ass kicked, maybe you go, join the gym and you overexert yourself. I mean, you need to have some kind of pain. Because then you have something to learn from, something to improve on. Like if you go to the gym and you like really hurt yourself, well then you know what to either not to do or where you need improvement. Because there's always
you learn where the line is.
Yes.
Yeah,
by crossing it.
And you need to cross it every now and then. Oh yeah, every once in a while you need to do it. It's important to. Otherwise, there again, you're not living your life. Something is if your life's too comfortable, well, then you gotta be careful, because then if it gets too comfy, you're getting weak. If you're getting weak, well, then someone could take advantage of you.
Promise?
Yeah, fuck those peoples.
Oh wait, you meant in a bad way. Never mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, there's people that fall for those fucking retarded phone scams all the time. I mean, they wouldn't be making those calls if nobody ever fell for that shit.
Well, and I fell for one recently. I bought this external hard drive. Have I told you guys about my hard drive story?
No, I didn't know you got scammed. That sucks. Welcome to the club. I got scammed by a website.
Yeah, well, I got scammed on Amazon. I'll go figure. But it's my own fault. Yeah, well, apparently this happens quite a lot. So what I did is I ordered a 2 terabyte external hard drive, and it was relatively cheap. It was only like $30. So I thought, okay, that's not too bad.
And it was just a few USBs. It wasn't really what it said it was.
Well, see, okay, I haven't opened it up. But here's the thing. It was delayed multiple times. It was supposed to arrive at my door. It was delayed multiple times. And then it finally arrived. And I opened it up. And the first thing I realized, because the box looks real shitty. It's like, this does not look like a typical box. This looks like a cheap knockoff. But you know what? It could very well be. I've had cheap knockoffs and actually been quite happy. The stylus I use on my iPad for when I draw, really good. I mean, I only paid like I don't know, was it $10 or whatever? Fucking love it. It's fantastic. So I thought, well, okay, maybe a knockoff isn't so bad. I opened up the box because I first realized that this what got me. It was way too small. The size was it was supposed to be a lot bigger. And it's like a travel external hard drive. So I thought it's supposed to be a lot bigger. I opened it up. It's like a blue, and I ordered a silver one with like a honeycomb design on it, and it was just straight up blue. I thought, okay, that's kind of strange, and it didn't look anything like in the picture. So I thought that was equally odd. So then I thought, well, okay, I looked up on reviews because I didn't even plug it into my computer yet because I wanted to double check on all this. So I looked up on like reviews for external hard drives, cheap ones, and I saw the very one I had. And I saw a guy, and he was talking about how these ones are usually just flash drives with little circuit boards attached to make it look like it has like 5 terabytes or something, or no, 2 terabytes or whatever on it. Really, it's a flash drive that only has about like maybe 32 gigs on it, maybe. So I watched the guy, and he has the very one I have. He tears it open and looks inside, and sure as shit, there's a circuit board, and inside a flash drive. And he checks the flash drive, it was only about like 32 gigs. It's a 32 gig hard drive in a fucking, but it's marketed as like a 2 terabyte. It's not 2 terabytes. It's a fucking piece of shit. So this is the day I get it. So then I realized this. I'm like, okay, I asked for a return. So that way I can get my money back, and I can just send it back. And first time this has ever happened to me on Amazon, it told me that they need to get approval from the seller before they can give me the information.
Usually Amazon will make it right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in fact, when they do the wrong orders, they'll generally just be like, "Yeah, keep it." Like that fucking happens. Well, not generally, but that does happen. They're like, just keep the wrong thing too. We'll send you the right one.
Well, and every other time I've ever had to do a return, they ask me like a couple of questions, and then they give me a thing I could print off right away, and then like they take whatever the item is to like a Purelator or something, and then they'll send it back, and I get my refund in a few days. I'm like, it's a very simple process. This is the first time it's never happened, and they said if you don't hear back from the seller for the return within 2 to 3 days, you can file a claim. So, okay. So yesterday I filed my claim because I haven't heard back from them for over 5 days. So I'm like, okay, well, obviously it's in that time frame. So I filed the claim, and the claim is just give us the reason, and then now I'm still like, give us the reason for the return, and they give you like generic ones, like it's not what I wanted or something. So I just hit that, and now I'm still waiting for that. Like, okay, is the claim going through? Because essentially I answered the exact same question I asked for the return. So now what? I don't know. I'm still waiting on.
Yeah, turns out there's not an option that says this wasn't remotely close to what was advertised. Yeah, that should be an option.
Yep, and this company, like, I don't know, they as far as I can tell, they don't exist anymore. So that's what gets me. Not to mention, I look at the name of the company. It's just a series of random like letters of capitalized layers, non-capitalized layers. But you probably don't exist. So then I also looked up on Amazon for external hard drives. The very one I ordered is no longer listed.
Yeah, that scam's over, dude. They're on to the next one.
Exactly. But they do have other external hard drives that look similar to mine, but they're all different designs. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then they're sponsored. So I'm like, from now on, I'm just going to get brands I know. So.
Yeah. Yeah, if a deal seems way too good to be... Probably is.
Probably is. So.
Yep, that was what got me. I bought through a third-party site, not Amazon, but just like as a regular site.
Oh yeah, did you ever get your money back for the vape?
Nope.
Super great vape deal?
Nope.
Wow. Is it not happening, or is it
Nope, I'm just not getting my money, and I don't think they're ever going to send me a product. I think it's just a straight-up hack, a cheat.
Yeah, that one's odd, because you said you purchased from them before, right?
I had, and it took a little longer, but it wasn't an issue. I think they just got to the point where, like I don't think they're trying to, like, what do you call it, rip people off. I think they're just terrible business people.
Yeah, like they overextended themselves, and they're just like, you know what, we're just going to get... We took on way too much, can't dig ourselves out, so fuck everybody. But it's fucking weird. Like, why wouldn't you refund the fucking man? That's the shit that's really devious. It's like, okay, I get you. Extend yourself, you can't pull off what you thought you were going to. Like, yeah, you should be the one that's out of money. You know, not the fucking customers.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a little more like, I don't know, Ponzi scheme-ish, I guess. They're like, no, we'll let them.
So I think what happens is
we'll do a couple
they don't have
orders.
the stock. They fuck up.
Yeah.
They make orders they can't fill.
Or they offer a price that was way less than they should
Way
have
less than they
fucking
can
done.
sell it for. I'm getting a good deal on another site because I have money to buy again. So it's like.
Yeah, but it's a more reasonable, good deal.
Yeah. It's
Not a
instead of
suspiciously good
121, it's like 179, which is a little more reasonable. Odds are I'll never see it again. I have their address. I mean, eventually I'll have a van, and I won't get my money back, but I'll get satisfied eventually.
Yeah. No,
I know what their names are. I know
definitely
where their company's located. I will find them. Like,
Yeah, you can definitely cause.
I'll get my money back some way or another.
Cause them at least $120 in expenses.
Allegedly in
with interest.
In Minecraft, allegedly.
In Minecraft for sure, dude. Yeah.
I mean, if the doors are chained shut when the place starts on fire, that's awful.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate, dude.
No, literally, I think
punitive.
I have no legal recourse other than to try to sue them in their own state. Like joking aside, I think I would have to actually go to their state to sue them.
Yeah.
And because I didn't use my credit card, I used a debit card. I can't just have the money taken back. Like with the credit card, you can do a chargeback and say, look, it's been 60 days past when they're supposed to send it to me. 30 days past. I've asked for my money back multiple times. They're just refusing to do anything. Take it from their account.
Yeah. But if it's debit instead of credit, not so much. Because if it's Visa or MasterCard, obviously, or any company like that,
Yeah, you can't charge back on a debit. You can charge back on a credit card. Don't know why. It's stupid.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's because the debit is essentially your money, and well, whatever the reason are. I guess it doesn't really matter. But either way, that's the way it works, apparently. Or doesn't work, I guess. Depending on how you want to phrase that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. It's something about how, like, the money hasn't actually been transferred when the credit is established.
Right. Yeah.
And so
Or
there's
they can always
time
pull it
when
back
they can,
within
like...
a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can just cancel the charge and say, like, well, we did promise you that money, but your client didn't actually deliver, so we're not going to give you the money.
Yeah, we're taking that back.
And since you don't actually have any cash, you just had a promissory note from us. Too bad. And that's pretty much how that works. So I don't know, man.
That's weird.
It's $175 that maybe I'll see some of the product sometime because they get, I don't know, suddenly remorseful and send me my fucking stuff. But it was, it's over a month past when they should have started shipping, and it isn't even like shipping. So, and they have this bullshit on their thing where they claim like they're not responsible for stuff that gets lost or damaged in the mail, and it's like, yeah, you are.
Dude, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
Like, you're responsible for getting the product to me in one piece. Whether that happens in the mail, that's you. That's not on me.
Yeah, a lot of places try to pull that bullshit. Like car washes will put up a sign saying they're not responsible.
Like, for every person like me who's like, yeah, I know better than that. That's not remotely legal. They're gonna be like, oh well, 10 people just don't understand that, and then they just eat the fucking cost themselves, even though they shouldn't have.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, that one is, how many times did you say you'd ordered from those guys before they fucked you over?
Once.
Oh, it was just one other time. Yeah, still though, yeah, why do, maybe that's what they do. They're like, alright, this guy bought once, so he's got credibility, we've got credibility from delivering the one order. So let's offer him a really good deal and then totally ghost him. Interesting way of doing business, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the last time I did business with them, it was like, hey, we take about a week or two to like ship because it's back ordered, and I ordered my stuff and they got it to me easily within a week. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. That might be the new scam nowadays. Alright, we'll get somebody to buy some shit for a pretty good price. And we'll, once that ships and they're satisfied with their order, we'll throw some really good deals out there. And then fuck them over if they order enough money worth. So apparently $120 is worth, ruining a relationship over.
Yeah. I would have been happy to continue buying stuff from them.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, dude, okay, yeah, you might lose money on that. But, again, you're going to have a satisfied, happy customer.
Yeah.
That's probably going to make way more money on than you lost on this fucked up deal that you fucked up on.
I know one thing.
Yeah, it's very odd.
It pisses me off because essentially they stole $175 and there's nobody I can call to, I don't know, get their business license revoked.
Yeah, there's no recourse to fucking, getting satisfaction.
Just gonna have to eat it.
Oh man, I am so tired of the fucking aimbots on Overwatch. Such a fucking waste.
Like the legit ones, or ones, or the
just the constant fucking aimbots, man. Not the legit
Well, you
ones,
said
just
that's
like
part
the
of the
constant.
game.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is
Yeah.
basically. There's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There is part of the game where it's like aimbots. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's not what you're talking about.
No, I'm
though.
talking about the ones that are like hackers. Yeah.
Mm.
I just don't understand why they do it. It's like, what's the point?
You don't actually have any skill. You're just cheating. I don't understand the point. Yeah.
Yeah, well, again, we've had this discussion a million times. The people that do that are psychopaths who convince themselves that they did accomplish something, even though they obviously
Oh
cheated. and don't have
yeah.
any
You're right.
skill.
They convince themselves that they somehow.
Yeah, that they're actually
That's a
good, even
skill.
though they fucking suck when they don't cheat.
My ultimate is charging.
So yeah, we don't understand it because we're not fucking psychopaths, dude. So
Fair
it's a
enough.
very difficult mindset to grasp. Because again, yeah, if we do that shit, we're gonna be like, yeah, I fucking won, but it wasn't due to my ability, so it doesn't make me feel good. And again, for a psychopath, winning is winning. However they got to do it, they don't really care. They're still going to be like, yeah, I won, so I'm obviously good.
Well, and the thing is, you know what?
No
It's
skill to
become an
do.
issue where there's just no punishment in any form, in any way, in society right now.
Yeah.
You could do whatever
yeah.
you want, and the only punishment is if you say like the N word.
Right.
Like it doesn't matter what you do,
Yeah.
as long
Or
as
if you
you
say
as long
that,
as you follow that one stupid fucking rule.
Yeah. And yeah, don't ever say something like, there's such a thing as a biological woman.
Yeah,
that'll get,
apparently
those kinds of things will get you canceled. But any other bullshit you want to do is fucking fair game. Little to no consequences.
Speaking of which, you hear more about that Hogwarts Legacy and the controversy with that going on? Mostly with the people who are being assholes.
Yeah.
No, I hadn't
Sam,
heard
you were
any
playing
more
it
about
last
that.
week, right?
So,
Yeah, remember you were playing it last week.
so there was a very popular VTuber who was playing it. Actually, there was a few of them who were playing it, and all of which got harassed and doxxed. Like there was the most popular one. You guys may know her. Her goes by Silvervale.
Oh,
And-
don't know, don't care.
Okay, fair enough.
Not
Well,
familiar, but proceed.
yeah, she's one of the more popular American VTubers, and of course she's getting harassed and all that. And then we found out that apparently people were doxing her. I don't know about her, but definitely harassing and doxing her friends and family members.
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
that's fucking. You know, there needs to be like
Why,
okay, so
dude?
doxing needs to either
Fuck.
be legal or illegal, and if it's illegal, it needs to be punished. Like we need to.
Yeah.
Here's my thing: make doxing illegal, and we need to start doing it all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Anytime somebody doxes anyone, we find that fucker. We put their name everywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah, they
like
should
if
be
you were to
permanently
dox all the
fucking
politicians and all the fucking people who are making all these shitty decisions engineering society right now, so that everybody could just call them whenever they felt like it, would that be such a bad thing?
Yeah. I think that's a thing. No accountability, no negative consequences for pillaging the fucking country from all these these politicians. They've been getting away with it for so fucking long. They have no fear, dude. They have no fucking just not even fear, just no real potential for negative consequences at all.
Mm-hmm.
So why not?
So, and part of the reason why people were claiming to be upset is because apparently the word trans was banned in the chat. Now, and she got blamed for this. Now, it turns out that if you spam a term, Twitch automatically bans it. So she had nothing to do with it, because that's what they claimed the outrage was. They said, oh, you banned the word because we're not allowed to talk about trans stuff. No. People in the chat spammed it, and then Twitch automatically banned the term. But then they got on her case saying it's her who did it. No, she didn't do that. And she was all upset. She was, reduced to tears. She did a stream talking about it, and she was just crying on stream. And we talk about Simps every now and then. Well, the Simps are now fucking outraged. So that didn't go well for them. Let's just say that the people on the anti Harry Potter train. So
and the funny thing is, the game's pretty fucking woke.
it is, but it's still popular, and people still like to play it. And I heard about there's actually trans characters and gay characters. I mean, heck, even your own character, your custom character, can have pronouns in it. So, why are they upset?
Well, it's because J.K. Rowling is getting some amount of money from it, and she's a turd, so...
Yeah, and as she should. She created the Harry Potter. Not to mention that David Zaslav, the guy who now runs Warner Brothers, he's talking about making a TV series based around this game. He's so impressed with it. And not to mention, they want to bring back Harry Potter because it's super popular, but then they're like, do we reboot it? Like, they don't really want to reboot it because it's like it's popular enough, we don't have to. But if you could make an alternate universe within the Harry Potter world, fine, go for it. And it could work too. And even J.K. Rowling said she might, like, if they let her, she might come in there and maybe put in some ideas on how to move forward with it. Because with this game, she had no input whatsoever. But she could have an input if she wanted to.
Yeah. Yep. And in fact, they even go and counter one of the things that, like the Hogwarts School of Wizardry was always, like, the biggest one, as far as I'm aware. Like, the most important one. And so now it's the Ugandan School of Wizardry. It's bigger than any other school of wizardry in the entire fucking witchcraft world.
Okay. Ugandan one? Alright.
Yep. So, you gotta
why
go...
not?
You gotta go to, like, black wizardry school to fucking be the good person now.
Interesting. Alright.
Yep.
Is there Ugandan Knuckles? Ugandan Knuckles school, then I'd be in, dude.
I'm sure the Ugandan Knuckles is like a fucking, like, pet or a familiar or something.
Yeah.
That would be fucking great. I'd
keep
forgive
him.
him. Not
Keep
really,
him locked.
whatever.
Yeah, keep him locked up in a cage.
Man, this is ridiculous. The last couple matches I've played in are just insane.
Yeah.
You
Well,
have frontline Hanzo players bouncing all over the place, getting headshots. It's like, okay.
That's basically impossible by even the greatest of players. That kind
I've
of thing.
watched the professional players.
Well, they
they're
know
not pulling that shit off, huh?
Yeah, they know they can get away with it. So
Yeah,
just
the greatest players, like, I literally, like, what is it, Samito was number one on all 3 fucking rolls for a while. Dude, that dude misses a fucking ton of his shots.
What am I missing?
And you watch these guys get like 100% of their shots, and you're like, dude, what the fuck? Come on, man.
Yeah,
like,
there's no fucking way. Yeah, you're getting 3 headshots in like fucking 2.5 second span or some crazy shit.
Over and over
way different
and
spots.
over and over
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fucking
One guy in front,
obnoxious.
one guy right directly behind him, and one guy diagonal from that one in like 2 seconds. Like, oh yeah, no, that's totally, a person could totally do that. Yeah, it gets fucking really ridiculous.
Or like, they
I
actually
imagine.
did the math one time. There's a Genji thing. Genji is a character who has a dash attack. So he can, like, throw ninja stars, and he can, like, dash through you with his blade drawn, and it does, like, a certain amount of damage.
Right. So people are pulling off well
but
beyond.
there's a bot that was essentially like, what is it, like, it would basically dash and then it would 180 you immediately, like, instantaneously, and headshot the guy.
Wow, okay. Yeah, any of that shit where you're fucking nailing somebody in the head right after you turn around.
Yeah, you have to turn around 180 degrees. They did the math, they would have had to be moving the mouse about 2 or 3 times the speed of light to do what the computer was doing, because it's just physically not possible.
Yeah, yeah. But again, there's nobody fucking, doing anything to stop it. And they're making money. So yeah, it is like your theory was that the developers or whatever have to be in on the fucking, have a cut.
It wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, that's my expectation.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, if you apply, I forget which razor is which, but what's more likely is that they're,
Vivian, get yourself together.
you know, going
Well,
to
there's a
lose money,
lawsuit going for
you know,
money
taking
right
care.
now, so there is.
So now there might be.
Well, there's companies that Blizzard's trying to sue some of the companies that make the cheats.
Okay, so that might be out. But yeah,
So-
I mean, again, it seems like it's more likely that, and again, that could just be companies that are doing it without giving a cut, so that's why they're going after them. You know what I mean? But yeah, so anyways, yeah, you can either, you know, if you're that company, you can either spend money and lose money taking out the cheaters, or you can make money by getting a cut of the action.
Yeah.
Might have to adjust my
Yep. I think they're probably gonna get money out of it. I don't think it's
Yeah.
I
Well, what I'm
think they're
saying is
basically
they
just
might
gonna
be
get
going
part of the
after.
action.
Yeah, they might just be going after the companies that weren't willing to give them a cut. Like there's maybe other companies that are, you know, they're not going after because they're already getting a cut or something. Again, no proof. This is literally just me speculating wildly. But I can imagine a scenario where it's like similar to like mob protection. Like yeah, if you don't want to pay the protection, there's going to be bad shit that happens to your business.
breaking them down.
So yeah, if you want to do cheats and not cut us in, we're going to go after you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I just went up against this dude who somehow can be moving literally all over the map and not one miss. He's just bouncing around like up and down, left and right, all over the place. But he couldn't
Yeah.
miss a single fucking round that he was throwing, and it's like, all right, yeah, that's nonsense.
Yeah,
So
that
it
is
kind of
pretty
wastes.
fucking
It takes away the
ridiculous.
fun of the game because whatever.
But yeah, that guy in his head, he's like, I am fucking great at this game. I'm doing things that are physically impossible.
Yep. He's
That's how
just super
fucking
awesome.
good I am. Yeah, I'm just that good. It has nothing to do with the cheating I'm doing.
This far to quit now.
Did you see? You were talking about the gym thing. Is that like a new thing that's going on? Because I've seen that from a couple of different people now.
What, you mean women at the gym?
Trying to claim that these bad women or these bad men are staring at me and making me
Oh,
uncomfortable.
yeah. Well, there have been a lot of fucking women. Literally, like the guy's not like harassing him or anything. Like they might stare at their ass for a second or two, and they'll fucking put it
You have
up there.
eyes.
Like,
Are you not supposed to look at
getting
people? Is that
sexually
the
harassed.
problem?
yeah, no, I'm sure that's why they're at the gym in the skin tight fucking, clothing. Yeah, so yeah, that was kind of the take. Because again, what that bitch posted, you're like, all right. Nobody was, people were barely aware of what you were doing. And you're claiming like, oh, they were so shocked by me lifting these weights. Yeah, if you're in the Discord, it was, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 posts back, I guess. Some little Asian bitch that did some kind of clean and jerk stuff. And lifted it like 3 times. And again, she was in a spot like about 6 inches away from the rubber part that would have deadened a lot of the noise the bitch was making when she was like dropping it. And then claiming that, what did she actually put? Hold on. I'm trying to remember exactly what she titled it as. Yeah, they didn't know how to react. That's the title that she went with. They didn't know how to react. And in mine, it was like, a more accurate title would have been, they mostly didn't care or notice.
Was it the woman that was like saying something like raw or something? Like weird? Just like weird shit that didn't make
No.
any sense?
Yeah, no, it's this one, the Asian one that I posted yesterday was, she wasn't making a lot of noise, but the weights were.
Oh yeah, she was
because,
dropping shit.
again.
There was another one who was doing like hip thrusts, lifting a thing and being like, fierce, kill, or something like that. And you're saying that, and you're just like, they're looking at you because you sound like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, you're drawing attention and then like complaining about the attention that you just drew to yourself.
You're over
by
there
being a
muttering
fucking...
weird shit in a corner while you're hip thrusting weights up. Which, first of all, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm sorry, that's not actually a thing. Like, you don't lay down on your shoulders and use your hips to lift a giant barbell. That's not a real fucking exercise that you need to do to be healthy.
But yeah, there are definitely, like I said, more egregious ones than what that Asian bitch was doing that I posted. But yeah, it was still like, dude, nobody noticed. Like, I think the chick was kind of watching, but wasn't really engaged. And then, yeah, the weights dropping was the main thing that was getting people to look.
Yeah,
because the bitch was dropping it again, about 6 inches away from the rubber part that would deaden.
It's not like she was some sort of fucking super hot, like, model-looking chick. It was like,
yeah, she's a little
lady because you're hot, because you're not.
Yeah, the thighs are kind of nice if you're into like gigantic thighs. Again, I'd probably watch her smash watermelons between her thighs if that existed. But beyond that, I could definitely also live without it very easily.
So I know that there have been like a series of guys who have been kind of complaining. They don't really want to make it too much of a big deal, talking about like women at the gym, because a lot of them, like for one, a lot of them are filming themselves in the gym and doing workouts.
Like that's kind of uncool and.
Well, and like there were like videos of some of the guys complaining because some of these women, they're clearly doing it for attention because they're wearing those types of yoga pants that like, because there's yoga pants and then there's the type that have the seam in the middle that so it rides right up your ass. That like those ones which are designed to be, make sure that your butt's nice and noticeable.
Yeah.
So like there's this woman out there, she's doing that, and then the guy's like, hey, look, can you please not film in the gym, please? I just want my, I don't want to be on the internet and stuff. And she was all outraged, like, how dare you talk to me like that?
Yeah.
All right, Samaz, I just posted it again if you want to check it out. It's pretty short. It's only like 20 seconds or something, but
oh shit, Brad Pitt's on my team.
What?
Somebody named Brad Pitt, one of the like the person's usernames on Overwatch 2. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and pretend it's not really Brad Pitt, but we all know it's super secret is. Because Brad Pitt would totally play tank and Orisa. That makes sense. I mean, I don't know all about Brad Pitt on any kind of personal level, but I feel sure it's saying he's playing Overwatch on a Tuesday or a Thursday afternoon.
Well, there's no fucking way he'd be using his real. You know what I mean? Brad Pitt's not playing under the name Brad Pitt. No, he would not be using Brad Pitt.
Oh, that would be pretty funny though. Oh, that pizza fucking just disappeared.
Yeah,
Shot
maybe something like a name like totally not Brad Pitt. Like I could see him doing that maybe.
I could see that. Yeah,
pretty unlikely.
I see that more like a Brendan Fraser thing, not Brendan Fraser. Fraser.
Yeah. Fraser?
Apparently it's not Fraser, it's Frazier.
Fraser. It's just Fraser. Yeah, no, there was a clip from him on the Daily Show back where he was complaining about it. I mean, it was a joke. He was fucking around, but he's like, it's Fraser. It's not Fraser. If you call me Fraser, I'm going to come to your house, fucking punch you, or whatever the fuck he said. He was obviously joking, but I guess he wanted to get it out there. There's no Z in his name. It's just Fraser. Fraser? I guess it still is kind of a Z sound, but there's no I after that. So it's just Fraser instead of Frazier. Although I may be talking to the wrong person, Mr. Monster guy.
Fuck you!
What was that one? What was the fucking word? Laurel and Yanni? Was that the one? Those the two? The weird ear thingy? Where some people hear Laurel and some other people hear Yanni? Am I losing you guys?
Laurel
No.
and Yanni? I don't remember that.
No, there was one. Yeah, like it would be like.
I'll be
I
back.
heard Laurel, but apparently some people here, and it might not be Yanni. Laurel, because I remember hearing that. I thought the other one was like, yeah, some people hear it saying Yanni. Like, okay.
Yanni.
It might not,
Laurel
again.
Yanni?
Laurel-
That doesn't
Laurel-
make any
Laurel
sense to
was
me,
like-
but like,
Yeah, it's
sure,
something to do
dude.
with. Let me see if I can look it up here. Because, yeah, now I'm.
I mean, I
like,
believe you. It's one of those things where it sounds fucking wacky, but I mean, it's totally plausible.
yeah, well, it's like basically like an auditory version of the blue dress, white dress thing. Or, yeah. Whatever the color dress were. I don't trust my memory for anything. Okay. Yeah, Yanni or Laurel? Yanni or Laurel video, which name do you hear?
Oh, somebody's at my door.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, no worries. Show here.
There's no food for me tonight. I have to starve.
No, that is
They're
unfortunate.
gonna murder me in my sleep too. Okay, maybe not that far.
Alright, this one claims it's the original. And it's 5.4
Tango inside.
million views, so it might be the original. Yeah, this is another one kind of like the whatever you talked about with the clucking chick earlier. You kind of assume that everybody's experienced, and that's not necessarily true.
Or I forget on the gym thing. There was a few videos I remember seeing about like women in gyms that are kind of cringe. One of them was like there's this guy. He's sitting at a bench and he's lifting his weights, doing his thing, and this like woman comes up and she stands right in front of him because he like there's a mirror right there. She stands right in front of the mirror, right in front of him, and then she starts posing. You know, starts striking poses and stuff like that. And this guy, he puts down the weights, he grabs his shirt, he lifts it right over top of his head, and then he reaches back down and he gets back to his workout. And the woman turns around and sees him. It's like, and just kind of like in shock, like he didn't want to see my voluptuous ass.
You wanna see my voluptuous ass? Get the fuck away, bitch. I like the one who's like touching people's like hands and like rubbing their hands, and like all these guys are going, oh wow, she touched my hand because she's going on the up escalator, I'm going on the down escalator. And then fucking like one guy was just like, get the fuck off, bitch.
What is wrong with you?
He just straight ignored her. He was just like, yeah, fuck off.
Yep. Yeah. The other one I saw was like there's a bit like this woman. She has a tripod in the gym, and she's like doing some egg or some leg exercises. And there's a guy right next to her. He's trying to do like some other like shoulder exercises. And his face is literally facing in the opposite direction. It's like, no, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. God damn it. Guys just want to work out. Like, God damn it, women. There's like women-only gyms. You know that, right? You don't have to be here.
Yeah, that's just funny, dude. How
But we all-
demoralizing must that be for the bitch who's like, damn it, I was deliberately trying to film somebody checking me out. And nobody did. Although I think most people that go to the gym are there's been so many of those fucking videos that they're like, nope. Any bitch is filming, dude, I am not looking at her.
Yep.
God damn. Yeah. Well, and you know what? I think at the end of the day, it's really going to make a lot of very sad people. The way society's rolling here.
No.
Like, there's just going to be a lot of people who are just really, really sad. You know, life is just not going to be fun.
Well, remember when I said earlier that a lot of women are just not getting the attention that they used to get?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah, it's probably part of it. And I think they're going to get a little bit more desperate. And honestly, they're going to be a lot more cringe. So...
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of those people are really hard to fucking, talk to.
Well, just because, they're fucking women.
What's going on with the game, Stabby?
We're getting fucking handed to us because I don't know what's going on. Suddenly, none of them can fucking die.
That is a useful feature, dude.
It's suddenly like their tank is just fucking immortal. Doesn't matter what you fucking do. Like he's literally in our fucking base now. Like this is ridiculous. There's got to be something going on because this whole team was pretty terrible for the whole first part of the game.
Isn't that always the way? I mean, you
and then suddenly just fucking unstoppable.
Yeah.
They suddenly got good. That's fucking amazing. Good for those guys.
Yep.
Through hard work and dedication, they instantly got way fucking better.
Funny how that works out.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Well, you could
And by
say
unbelievable, I mean not believable.
that. You know what? You could say that. It's almost unbelievable. Well, I mean, it is the state of things. If indeed it's Blizzard just purposely not doing things, then I guess it's the same thing with Warcraft. There's a lot of like people out there who are not actual accounts, or they're like bots or something out there just to farm gold and materials. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah, and even the ones that like just never attack or do any of that kind of shit.
Yeah. Well, no, it's weird. I mean, they still lost. Don't get me wrong. Like, they weren't a good team. They kept pushing way, way too far forward. But, like, it's just ridiculous when you get into these games where it's like suddenly the other team is clearly something has drastically shifted, and it has nothing to do with play style or picks. And it just makes the game so fucking frustrating because it's like, why am I bothering? And I don't know why I keep bothering. It's some sort of weird fucking addiction. I can't fucking leave it alone. I gotta piss really bad. So normally I don't like to take a break, but I will take like 2 minutes and come right back.
Well, do you want to call her quits? I mean, it's almost time for supper.
No, it wasn't time for supper. My sister was just letting me know that she wasn't cooking dinner tonight, so that I have to cook my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I don't usually eat for another hour, but if you got to roll, or you guys want to roll, and both you guys got to roll, then we can call it. But it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I don't care either way, dude.
I really got to pee. That's all. And if Samaj's just taking off, then
yeah. You want to call her quits then? I'll leave that to you. I have to go make supper. Well. Okay.
There's no happy news to go over.
Yeah.
So,
news.
Yeah, I know all the people watching are going to be very disappointed, but we're cutting out early. So
I will check out the Yanni Laurel thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I really thought you would have heard of that before.